think yeah. Maybe. Yes, we are. Evening, folks. I said I was gonna do this after. Well, I was gonna do a post Oklahoma, but I'd watched it so many times and I got busy and my editing was slow. I just figured, you know what, they are two pretty big games, and I think we're gonna see similar things occur in both of them, which we did, both good and bad. We also saw progression. I went through some editing and highlighted, the good things that they were doing. Blatantly obvious in the media, they're beating it like a dead horse. I don't need to keep going over the special teams woos of randomness that keeps popping up. 1 minute the punter's doing okay, the kicker's not doing good, and then all of a sudden they trade places, and then the kicker's doing good, now the punter's... Nebraska dominated that game at every level. And Adrian is playing... He just looks like the Matrix out there. He just looks like the game has gone to slow motion mode on him. You know what I mean? It looks like he's just cranked up his superpower and everything is just moving and straight up, Neo Matrix style, like everything's moving slow. He's playing at another level. And if that offensive line could even remotely protect him, who knows? Who knows? Because I swear in that Michigan State game, every single drop back, almost every single one, it seemed like 75% of his dropbacks he was getting bumped and bruised and pushed, and, but he was still making plays as somebody was on him. When was the last time we saw a defense that was swarming the way they've looked so far? Hat on hat, multiple hats hitting a guy, seeing speed sideline to sideline. I actually thought the defense was going to be slower. I didn't think they'd be as quick to the ball as they are. I'm glad I was wrong so far. I mean, we can't say that they haven't played a fast offense. Oklahoma's a ridiculously fast offense. Michigan State's offensive line and that running back that they have is a physical runner. He's a strong runner. His balance is ridiculous. He reminds me of an Amir Abdullah. People were saying that he's like a Marshall Faulk. It's like, I gotta crown the guy before he's worthy. So I'm gonna break this up real fast. This section is just strictly looking at how well they did against the run and close down those running lanes, both in the Oklahoma game and the Michigan State game. Let's take a look. Defensive line, they're not getting a ton of pressure, play after play on passes, but you also saw examples in the Michigan State game where they were collapsing the pocket. And they're doing what they're supposed to. And not only they're playing a 3-4, but they've been lining up, and or the starting lineup's been a 4-3. So I wouldn't call them a 3-4. I'd call them a 3-4. I'd call them a 4-3. I'd also call them a 5-4 at times. They're jumping around a lot. Corners are tackling better or not better. They're tackling very well. Tackling well in the open field. One thing I did like, and you saw it in the Oklahoma game, was if a guy made a move and juked the guy out, buddies were there to clean up behind him. The pursuit by all his teammates were behind him to clean up what he missed. I guarantee you, even 2020, 2019, you didn't see that. Just collapsing the running lanes. Like, why do you have... Yeah, you want to get pressure on the quarterback, but just when you can collapse with the beast up front, collapse the pocket like that. The progression from last year to this year of efficient tackling. And not only at the point of attack tackling, but tackling of pursuit. Like, they're not giving up on tackles. The pursuit, the full team, all 11 hats pursuit is fast and efficient. Do they take bad angles at times? Yeah, you see them one-on-one in open field tackles where they take bad angles once in a while, but there's always that teammate there in pursuit, not far behind them. And that's something that has been lacking in Nebraska defense for a long time. You saw in that Oklahoma game, some of their ball carriers are shifty and smooth and explosive. And if they would put a juke on some of our Nebraska players like Reimer and whatnot, where they would miss a tackle completely in the open field and everybody else was there to clean it up. And then the following play to have a full team tackling to where they made sure they didn't let that happen twice. Control of momentum, control of blocking, and physical tackling. Reimer leading the Big Ten in tackles. While the offensive line is underperforming a little bit, you could make the argument it's taken away from guys that are overperforming, like are just surpassing, and they're young. The ones that are overperforming are young, optimistic people. Man, comments, and social media, blah blah blah. Just these cynics, these whiners that just they think they're intelligent and smart by just constantly screaming at the color white. And it's like, those white walls are too white. It's like, shut up. Put in a little bit of work and actually try to see some beauty for once, or at least try to analyze possible improvements. And don't forget how much teams improve as the season goes along. Just looking at some of the plays that the guys in the secondary have been making. Sure tackling. I mean, we've been seeing it in the running game, but sure tackling, but also in the passing game. Making some plays. Making some of the guys that we didn't expect to be making plays. Alright, this next section here is looking at some of the spectacular plays that Adrian has been making. He has not been getting help. He has not been getting help by the offensive line. He's not been getting help from the running backs because of the offensive line. Yeah, running backs are probably missing a few holes here and there, but the offensive line's not getting a push either. For a guy to be making these kind of plays and flowing the way he's flowing with no help whatsoever up front, he's doing what he can to make sure he's getting recognized at the end of the year as one of the top quarterbacks in the NCAA. A little shimmy and a shake. Go ahead, wipe my butt while you're at it. Looking like Michael Vick, putting some juice. When was the last time we saw him just shaking and baking? Well, we see it a little bit, but we tend to forget. He lost, what, they say 15, 20 pounds? 15, 20 pounds. So he was playing overweight for the most part in 2019, bulked up too much in 2019, 2020. And first thing that I was thinking is, okay, well, he was being injured because he was overweight. He might actually be more susceptible to injury if he loses that much weight. Well, now when you're playing at your more optimal weight, your joints are healthier, you're carrying less, putting less tension on your joints, and also if you're more fluid, that if you can be light on your feet and avoid the full impact of a hit, that goes a long way for keeping your ass out of the injury training table. I will say one thing, man. They scared the hell out of us with how inaccurate he was against Illinois. He has been on point ever since. He has been on target. And again, with the offensive line that's not helping him. When you got guys in your face on a regular basis and you are still throwing dimes and hitting guys, I've been reminded how teams improve as the season progresses. Some guys, man, they just need to get flight time. You're not going to be perfection coming out of fall camp. You need to get punched in the face a little bit. That's why I'm keeping my nipples and fingers crossed about that offensive line. I hope they get shaken up a little bit. They get rattled. They get. Some guys lose their job. They earn it back. I'm hoping that makes this offensive line better moving forward. Omar, man, talk about a man. That boy's got a voice right here. Look at that. Ole, baby. He was a bullfighter in a different life. Look at this. Running for his life. Oh, let me just thread the needle. Thread the needle. He's a seamstress. Xavier Betts is one of those guys that once he's gotten his feet under him, you can tell he's a guy as talented as he is. He's a guy that is going to improve, not only improve, but improve quickly. And a guy that is athletic, fast, and long as him, like, it's actually it's scary what kind of a playmaker he could be. Probably something that we as Nebraska fans have not seen ever. I mean, nobody remembers Irving Fryer, but Irving Fryer, Maurice Purify, Westerkamp, those guys were making some pretty spectacular catches. Pearson L was making some pretty spectacular catches. But Manning, Betts, the type of stuff that they could be making. The end of that Michigan State game hurt. It sucked. There was a piece. My cousin Dirk, he wrote a column about it that, like, with 4 minutes left, 3.5 minutes left, 4 minutes left, before they punted, there was a part of you that just kind of felt like, it's too much time. It's too much time. And it was validated. It's like, no way. We're not losing this game. We've won it in whatever. It doesn't matter. I just see growth. I see guys getting better everywhere, and I believe in the getting better during the season formula. I really think that the offensive line and the special teams are going to get good enough. I'm not saying they're going to all of a sudden do a 180 and become spectacular, but I think they will get better and be good enough to allow these playmakers and the defense to carry this team. It's going to be fun to find out. I'm excited. I'm glad I'm seeing growth, okay, in all the right places. Forget you cynics. You guys are annoying. You're annoying. You're bad for the Nebraska program, and you're bad for recruiting, okay? Trev Alberts pointed this out. I remember hearing him say that you nihilistic, whiny fans, other coaches of opposing teams are seeing that. You don't think they're telling future recruits? They got a bunch of toxic fans up there. Stop it. Stop it. Love you guys. Hey, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. I'm sure I'll put things all over the screen somewhere. And and by the way, if you like this little photo right over here, right over my right shoulder here, go to my Instagram and check out a bunch of my photography. If any of you or family members would like to purchase one for a family member or for you yourself in your living room, in your office, in your bathroom, bedroom, whatever, go check out my Instagram. It's around here somewhere. And DM me. Let me know. And I would love to hear from you guys. Anyway, go Nebraska.